Walk into a restaurant, guys, and even without any experience, the employer would be ready to train you and be able to provide you with an opportunity. I got this job because I went straight to the manager to drop off the resume.
Hey guys! Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to talk something really interesting. It has been for us and we really hope it's going to be for you. And that is part-time jobs in Canada.
If you are a student who's studying in Canada or looking to study, then you're looking for a part-time job so that you can support your living expenses as well as hopefully pay some of the tuition fees. Or if you're somebody who's immigrated recently or are looking to immigrate to Canada, you want to be able to support your family in their day-to-day basic needs. But in either category, you're looking to gain that valuable Canadian experience that every employer out there is asking for. And that is where a part-time job comes into existence.
So guys, make sure to stay till the end of the video as we'll be talking about what are some of these part-time jobs, what is the average pay on some of these part-time jobs, how we secured a part-time job when we moved to Canada, and how you can secure one. Also, importantly, why you cannot consider Skip or Uber as one of your part-time jobs.
Guys, in the meanwhile, please make sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel if you like these type of videos. And please don't forget the option to connect with us if you have any burning questions around finding a job in Canada, studying in Canada, or just in general life in Canada. So please make sure to connect with us. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Guys, the first part-time job we're going to talk about is that of a box office representative. Now, we don't know why not a lot of people talk about it, but this is one of a great position for you to be able to gain some valuable customer service experience. Now, what is a box office representative? So guys, have you been to a concert, a music show, or let's say even to a sports event recently? So if you have gone to any of these events and if you have not bought your tickets online, you can usually go to the venue and be able to purchase tickets from somebody. And that person is the box office representative. Now, these jobs are available in plenty. And in fact, the starting pay for a lot of these jobs is around $17 an hour. And it can increase up to $20 to $25 an hour, depending on the amount of experience that you have. I have had experience doing a box office representative when I worked for a place called Rogers Place, which is a pretty big venue in Edmonton. And the starting pay that I had was around $17. Now, you must be wondering, I don't have any experience in customer service or in box office. How will I get this job? The great thing about it is that, you will be trained by the employer. Now, why we recommend this as a part-time job is because you can also translate this into valuable Canadian experience because you'll be exposed to Canadian customer service, you'll be exposed to technology that is here, you'll be exposed to co-workers here. So it's a great opportunity for you to get that experience. Now guys, please make sure to stay tuned until the end so that we can talk about how Priya and I were able to secure jobs in these sports venues.
So guys, the next sector that we're going to take a look at is retail. With a lot of job opportunities in this sector, especially with clothing store or even sports stores and even electronic stores like Apple and grocery stores like Walmart, there's always opportunity for you to secure a part-time job. So these companies usually hire for a variety of positions, say a cashier, to a client representative, so on and so forth. So the pay usually starts with $16 an hour and it goes above depending on your experience. Guys, one other thing for you to remember when you join retail is there's an opportunity for you to make more money. So when I say more money, it's in terms of, if you work extra shifts, you'll obviously be paid for it. If you work night shifts, sometimes, some of these employers pay you for that as well. And if you work on Boxing Day or Black Friday, then absolutely, you'll be covered for that. So your savings is eventually going to improve.
So guys, the next two type of jobs we're going to talk about is basically in the restaurant industry, and they are a server and a chef. I'm going to first talk about a server. So guys, if you're looking for an opportunity where you can work in the restaurant industry, can be a little tiring, but you want to make a lot more money, then a server may be a great option. Usual pay for a server starts around $15, but the great thing about it is the addition of tips towards the end. And let me explain to you why. Let's imagine that a person is eating a meal for around $50, which is an average for dining out in Canada. And let's say they pay around 20% in tips, which is also pretty common. That's like $10. Now, if two people eat that meal over the course of the hour, that's like, you've made, if 20% each, you've made around $20 for those two tables. Now, add that with your minimum wage of around $15 an hour. You've combined that to make a total sum of around $35 an hour. So guys, if you're looking to stay in the trend and making sure regardless of whatever age group you are, you're looking for an opportunity where you can contribute your skills and actually earn more in the same hour, then maybe being a server might be a great opportunity for you. And guys, if you're worried about not having any restaurant experience, that's totally fine. You can just walk into a restaurant, guys, and even without any experience, the employer would be ready to train you and be able to provide you with an opportunity. And so, don't ever let that stop you from, becoming a server at your favorite restaurants.
Chef is another popular option, especially, if you're like an international student and if you like cooking, then that's something that you can definitely think about. So guys, if you're, taking up a job as a chef, it teaches you a lot of skills, right from time management to being organized, so on and so forth. And the minimum wage for a chef starts from about $20 and it goes above. So guys, this is definitely something that you can, look for if you're an, immigrant or an international student living in Canada and you're looking to, make some money. And also guys, McDonald's or other food chains like this are always in lookout for some of these chefs, and that's somewhere where you can apply and try to get an opportunity with them. One good thing about this is, guys, even if you don't have a prior experience as a chef or if you've never cooked before, not to worry, because some of these companies will train you and take you in. So it's a great way for you to make, your entry into the food industry, should you be considering chef as an option.
Last and final part-time job we want to talk about is that of a forklift operator. You must have seen a forklift being operator if you've been to, let's say, Costco or other grocery stores, mechanic shops and stuff. You'll have forklift operators. Now, normal people might think that this is as easy as driving a car, but actually it is not. It is a trained profession and you need to be certified to be able to operate forklifts. The minimum investment you would need to be a certified forklift operator is around $50 if you decide to do it online, and the cost can vary anywhere between $50 to $200 if you go otherwise. Now, people generally tend to go to being a forklift operator because the pay starts at quite a high scale, around $20, and can go up to $25 depending on experience. So for a part-time job, this is actually quite high in terms of experience. And in terms of connecting it to valuable skills for Canadian employers, you could probably learn about internal workings of a company, especially on the supply chain and manufacturing side. You could also learn customer service, so on and so forth. So there are so many skills that you could be taking over if you're looking to migrate into other jobs and professions full time. So definitely something you guys can check out. We've come to the important part that we promised you, which is how Priya and I were able to find part-time jobs with one of these event companies. So I worked for Rogers Place as a box office representative, and I got this job because I went straight to the manager to drop off the resume. Now, when I saw the opening online, I could have just sent my resume online and just sat. But I decided to take a physical copy, go meet the manager and hand the copy to them straight. Now, when I did that, the manager was like, okay, give me the resume. And I had a chat with what I can do to make sure I get this role. Guys, a lot of the time, people are very hesitant to, especially these retail jobs at restaurants like Denny's, McDonald's, some of the major clothing retail chains. A lot of the times people want you to drop your resume off and they want to physically meet you before they're able to offer you a job. So guys, go to these companies, drop the resumes and speak to the manager. In that way, you will increase your chances of being able to be hired part-time in any sort of part-time jobs you're looking for. And this will increase your chances of getting employed. So guys, earlier in the video, I spoke about why we would not recommend Uber or skip the dishes as for part-time jobs. So guys, that actually varies. So unless you're, let's say, in Toronto or Vancouver with major cities, you would not actually make as much money driving Uber or Uber Eats or skip the dishes in other provinces and other smaller cities. And even in these bigger areas, imagine the amount of cost that's going to go in. You need to make sure you have a car. You need to make sure you have valid insurance. There are obviously accidents that could happen. And there are so many variables that you don't necessarily know how much you're going to be able to earn. If you look at a lot of the forums on Reddit where people talk about how much they're earning, a lot of the times people come out earning less than minimum wage. Now imagine you putting all your effort into skip the dishes and Uber, taking all that risk, but you're earning overall after fuel and everything less than minimum wage. Is that even worth it, guys? Now the second part is transferable skills. Most of the jobs we talked about will help you gain some of that valuable either customer service. If you're doing Uber or skip the dishes, you're basically interacting with an app where you're getting information from the app saying go to this place. You're basically going there. You may or may not talk to the person you're handing the package to, and then you'll just come off. You're not gaining any sort of valuable experience. You might earn a little bit, but there is no experience. And as we said earlier, the whole point of having a part-time job is to earn you the skill set which can set you up for success to get a full-time job.
So guys, now that we've come to the end of the video, we hope that we have given you all the information that you might need should you consider some of the part-time jobs in Canada.
Now, we know that this is not an exhaustive list and there are obviously other types of jobs that are available out there. But based on our research, we found that these were the most common jobs that anybody could be able to apply for and practically get when they move to Canada or studying in Canada.
Guys, we've noticed that a lot of immigrants or students, usually are not very comfortable with some of these jobs, and that's totally okay. But we just wanna, reassure you that none of these jobs are below your standards, and we've seen a lot of people do it, and it's a great way for you to make, some extra cash and live independently in a country like Canada.
Another thing that we want to let you know, guys, that these are just part-time jobs. So please make sure that you are moving on from these roles once you finish a certain amount of stint in these various positions. Please don't consider them as full-time, because with these wages you may not be able to sustain yourself throughout in Canada. And we will make a future video on how you can find your permanent job in Canada and settle down with your family.
So as a last request, guys, we highly recommend that you do your own research, and there might be a lot of other options that you might feel feasible, or there might be people who can help you find some of these jobs. So let us know in the comment section below if you find other popular part-time jobs in Canada.
And in the meanwhile, guys, please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to the channel if you really like watching videos such as this. And it'll also help us understand, what type of videos we can be making for you guys. But until the next one, guys, we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.